Thank you. The LandPlan Group has been mentioned several times today, and Kevin McCrory is here from that group. Kevin, would you like to say a few words?
Absolutely. Thank you, Mayor. Appreciate it. What a great day for November. I'd like to thank the city and also especially the engineering department and the planning department, the city of Fort Wayne, for including us into this project. It's been a real joy to work on it. As planners, we're always excited, and designers, to work on a corridor project that really helps enhance and revitalize a segment of any community. This was a lot of fun to work on. The springboard for all of our work began with the AIA charrettes that they ran, and we used those as a guidepost to begin the whole process. Some of the features along the corridor that we think are very unique. The paving that you're standing on out here obviously helps enhance what we call the curb plazas, the bump outs here that you see, with the seating area to wait for the mass transit. We also have the signage. We have the welcome signage at either end of the north and south end of the corridor. Those are kind of the handshakes that the merchants and the property owners along the corridor can welcome people into the corridor. And they were designed, we used the old historic cast iron bridge, the Well Street Bridge, as a guide to help key in on features. And if you look at them closely, you can even see the rivets of the girders on the welcome signs. The paving, the work, the craftsmanship was excellent. The bollards, which are the vertical black elements you see along the streets, help separate the traffic from the pedestrian. And it's about traffic calming and a sense of place for the pedestrian along the corridor that really makes it special. And we again thank everybody for letting us be part of this project.
Thank you, Ken. We also said earlier that if it wasn't for City Council, this project would not have happened. City Council stepped up once again and made an enhancement of an area possible. We do have a City Council member here, and I would like to ask Karen, please come up and say a few words. Thank you.
Well, thank you. I'm Karen Goldner. I represent the 2nd Council District, which is northeast of here. And other than being the home of several of the better merchants along Well Street, I'm really mostly here for 2 reasons. One is to represent Councilman Pape and Councilman Didier, who do represent the Well Street corridor, and whose contributions made this possible. And the second, I think, is to follow the long tradition of City Council and being a complete loose cannon. And so what I'd like to do is something a little different. These kind of projects, and if you're not involved with them, you probably just don't even think about this, are not easy, because they involve so many disciplines and so many different types of people. And so what I'd like to do is kind of illustrate that to the TV cameras and the media. So maybe what I would ask first is for the businesses and the residents in the area to come up here. Please. You don't have to say anything. Jean, come on up.
Come on, business owners.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes.
Gary, come on.
We have another Henry. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Another Henry.
Dan. Blaine, come on. Your support.
Get up here, Dan. So these are the folks for whom this is a daily observation of this corridor, and whose customers use the corridor, who use it themselves as residents or as business owners. And this is, I guess I would call, our primary stakeholder group. But this isn't the only people who can get this done. So the next thing I'd like to do is ask the people from the planning department who were involved in this early on, and also our architects and the folks who maybe were here involved in the charrette, to come forward, please.
You know, Councilman, that's going to just leave the media out.
Yeah, but that's the point. Now there's oil and there's water, and then there's planners and public works people. And I'm not, you know, but to get good salad dressing, you got to have both. And so once there's a vision of something, then it's up to the public works people to sort of duke it out with the planners and say, well, this is the vision, but this is how the concrete works. And I will say, and I've been observing or involved with city government for over 20 years, we have a much better relationship between those two groups of people than I think we've ever had. And this is a concrete, literally concrete illustration of that. So if the Public Works people would please come on up, including the Board of Works member who's here. John, come on up. Mario, there you go. See, big crowd. Okay, now what we see, the deficiency of the project, which is that it's not wide enough. Okay. Then we have people from the mayor's office who were involved on more than one occasion, Zenobia, in, you know, kind of jockeying all of this together. And then we have the contractors who were involved in actually building it. And I don't know if anybody from Key is here, but job well done. So I'm going to get out of the way because I had nothing to do with this. And you can take a picture then of the people who made it happen, who really had to work hard to work together because there's so many different interests and everybody has their own perspective. And this is the group that got it done. So, thanks, Karen.
Leave it up to Councilwoman Goldner to come up with something creative and magical. Thank you, Karen. Actually, this group up here, it's a nice segue to where I want to take this conference now, and that is 4 questions from the media, if there are any. I'm sure the group behind me can answer anything that you might have pertaining to this particular project. Are there any questions from the media?
Yes, are there plans to do other similar corridor projects in the future in the city?
Absolutely. In fact, we've already started on Broadway. We're looking at North Anthony. In fact, that project's underway. South Anthony, the Pontiac Street corridor. We've identified a number of business corridors like Well Street that really are located within neighborhood areas where, as I mentioned earlier, but both can be enhanced as a result of the business corridor coming to life and really being all that it can be. Absolutely. I'm sure that those behind me will also be available for individual interviews if you would like. Again, I want to thank you all. At this time, what we'd like to do is cut the ribbon behind us, opening up the Well Street, the brand new Well Street corridor. We have who all gets scissors?
Michelle, sorry for Public Works, for Board of Works.
John? Who wants to stand around back?
I usually bring. Oh, sure. Just move it right in front of me.
Who else? Do we have others?
Sorry.
Okay.
You have anybody else? How do you want to do this, Rachel?
Well, let's count on count of 3.
Get ready. Okay, count us off.
1, 2, 3.